Hi, this is Andy Warburton. I'm looking at what's happening with the housing market. Let's look at the statistics in Southern California in the summer of 2025. You hear a lot of talk right now about a crash and all the prices collapsing and so on, lots of fear. Let's have a look if that's based on fact or not, what actually is going on. What I like to look at is what's happening today and then what's likely to happen over the next 6 months. So as far as today is concerned, you would think if prices were dropping off the cliff, A, prices would be lower, B, there would be more inventory, and C, that there would be less transactions closed. That means lots of inventory, less transactions, lots of fear, and prices will go down. So let's have a look at what actually happened. In June of 2025, when you look at closed sales, right here at the bottom of the screen, there were 17,000 closed sales. A year ago, 17,000. A year before that, 16,000, actually 18,000, right? A year before that, 22,000. So are the number of sales down now over the last 4 years? Yes. Is there a huge change since last year? No. So, okay. So what about the sales prices? Were the prices higher or lower? In June this year, the average sales price was $860. In June a year ago, it was about $850. There you go. In June a year before that, it was $800. And a year before that, it was $815. So pretty steady. Many think this is a sign of the top of the market. And obviously you need to decide, but I'm going to give you statistics that will help you decide. So now we've looked at the closed sales. We've looked at the sales price. Now what's coming up next? What about the homes that are in escrow? What's happening with those prices and how many of them are there in escrow? We call that pending sales. And the pending sales in June are down to 13,000. A year ago, they were at 17,000. That's a 25+% change. In June of 23, 17,000. Do you see? Higher, higher. So the number of pending sales is down, which indicates less sales will close in the month of July, and you'll see that in my report in the month of July. That's pending. Now, what about inventory? Is it just a ton of inventory on the market? Have you noticed more signs? Let's have a look. If you look at active listings, it's 63,000. A year ago, there were how many? 51,000, right? That's 12,000 more. That's about 23 or so percent, right? Look back in June here. June here, 38,000. June again, around 44, 45,000. Now 63,000. So bottom line, there are more homes for sale. There are less homes pending, which will indicate that the July numbers are more than likely going to be down. Pricing is steadied, and probably you'll see a little bit of a dip in the pricing in July. The question is, where are we at in the cycle? And if you have a look at the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve has something called FRED, which is the Federal Reserve Economic Data, I want you to see, look at the prices back in 1980. And they ran up all the way to 95. Then they ran up more all the way to 2006. Then came that dip for about, 2006, 12, 6, 7 years. And we've been climbing ever since 2011, which is 14 years. So if this cycle here was 25 years, and this cycle here is 14 years, do we have another 11 years up? Or is it now going to come back? Are we going to see a market correction? And a lot of that depends on what happens with interest rates. A lot of that depends on economic stability, the job market, so on and so forth. Bottom line, if you're a seller right now, there's more competition. There's more homes for sale. There's more active listings. Price your home correctly. I would encourage you to be the next one to sell in the neighborhood, not the one after the next, because if the market does dip, you're going to follow it down. When the market goes up, you lead it forward. And if you're a buyer, try and get some concessions from the seller. Look for interest rates buy downs, permanent buy downs. Don't listen to this stuff about a 2-1 temporary buy down. Permanent buy downs. Buyers, there is an opportunity right now. Sellers, you also have an opportunity to sell. The sale's taking place, but your home needs to be in tip-top condition. I really hope this was helpful to you. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to bringing you up to date next